All right, hello and welcome. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats because we are investigating a condition that so many of us have felt, but honestly, very few of us really get. I am talking about brain fog. We're going to crack this case wide open by following the clues in the research. Okay, let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? It's so frustrating. It's like you're trying to walk through a thick haze. Your thoughts just won't connect, and even simple stuff feels like climbing a mountain. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are definitely not alone. So, what the research calls this whole experience is brain fog. And it's not just one thing, right? It's a whole mix of symptoms. You can't concentrate, you feel kind of confused, your memory is shot, and you just have that constant fuzzy or off feeling. Plus, that deep mental fatigue. It is a real, recognized issue. And today, we're going to pop the hood and see what's actually going on. Okay, so our first line of investigation, it's going to take us somewhere you probably wouldn't expect to look. The world of allergies. Yeah, we're about to unmask a suspect that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Check out the double life of this molecule called histamine. On the left, you've got its day job, the thing we all know it for, right? Sneezing, hives, congestion, the usual allergy stuff. But look at the right. This is its secret identity. Inside your brain, histamine is an absolutely crucial neurotransmitter. It's a chemical messenger that helps control your alertness, your memory, and your attention. It's not just some annoying allergy molecule. It's a huge player in how our brains work. So what's the big deal? Well, the problem isn't always that you're making too much histamine. A lot of the time, the problem is that your body just can't clear it out fast enough. Think of it like a massive traffic jam on the freeway. When the enzymes that are supposed to break down histamine can't keep up, it just builds up and up, all over your body, and yup, that includes your brain. This whole situation has a name, histamine intolerance. And boom, this is what happens when that histamine traffic jam hits your central nervous system. It can kick off anxiety, totally wreck your sleep, trigger migraines, make you feel irritable, and the big one for our case, it is a direct cause of brain fog. The very same molecule that's supposed to help you pay attention can, when there's too much of it, completely throw a wrench in the works. Okay, let's pivot to our second suspect. This is one that's gotten a lot more attention lately. We're following a major clue that really came into focus after the pandemic, that link between a viral infection and those long-term brain issues. This quote from a paper back in 2021, it just gets right to the heart of it. It describes a viral hijacking. And this isn't just about a virus making you feel sick for a week. No. This is about it staging a hostile takeover deep inside your cells. So what's getting hijacked? Your mitochondria. These are the tiny little power plants inside every single one of your cells. And they are especially important for your brain cells, which need a ton of energy. Some research suggests that viruses like SARS-CoV-2 can actually worm their own genetic code into these power plants, basically rewriting the operating manual. So let's break down this energy heist step by step. First, you get the infection. Second, the hijack, where the virus takes control of the mitochondria. That leads to step 3, a major power drain. The energy supply to your neurons just tanks. And the result? Step 4, cognitive impact. Your brain literally doesn't have enough juice to think clearly, and that leads directly to brain fog. Okay, so we've got two totally different suspects, right? A histamine overload and a viral energy heist. I mean, they seem completely unrelated, but there is a final piece of the puzzle that connects them both. It's time to connect the dots and see how both of these paths lead to the very same crime scene. Okay, so pathway A. This one starts with that histamine overload we talked about. All that extra histamine floating around, it activates the brain's own special immune cells, which are called microglia. And when they get activated, it leads to this state of chronic low-level inflammation in the brain, a state scientists call neuroinflammation. And now let's look at pathway B. This one starts with the viral hijack, right? The mitochondrial dysfunction. Well, guess what? When your cell's power plants are compromised, they also send out alarm signals that trigger an inflammatory response. And where does that lead? To the exact same place, neuroinflammation. So this is the key. Neuroinflammation is the common denominator here. It's the central problem. And this isn't like the swelling you get from a sprained ankle. It's more like a slow, smoldering fire inside the brain that messes up communication between your neurons, drains your energy, and creates that mental chaos we call brain fog. You know, just understanding the cause is a huge step.
So now that we've kind of identified the culprits, let's take a quick look at some of the paths that can lead us back toward mental clarity.
Because the causes are pretty complex, it makes sense that the solutions have to be multifaceted too. The research points to a few really key areas. Things like healing the gut, which is where a lot of histamine issues actually start. Also, getting rid of dietary or environmental triggers. It also means restocking key nutrients like B6 and magnesium, which help our bodies clear out that histamine properly. And finally, it's about supporting our brain's overall resilience and calming down the very immune cells that release histamine in the first place.
Look, if you take just one thing away from our whole investigation today, please let it be this. Brain fog is not a personal failing. It's not something you're making up or just need to push through. It is a real biological signal that something, whether it's histamine, your mitochondria, or inflammation, is out of balance inside your body.
So the real question isn't just, how do I make it go away? It's, what is my brain fog trying to tell me? As soon as you start seeing it as a message from your body, that's the first real step on the path to finally clearing that haze. Thanks so much for joining me on this investigation.